Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. How are you? Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus in heaven with the great white Greek columns and the marble and stone, heavy stone, granite. Look at that. Floating on the clouds. Because anything's possible in a matrix. Anything goes in a matrix. That's what people see during near-death experiences quite often. A holy Bible. Holy shit. That's a holy Freemasonic Bible. Holy shit. The Bible is holy. It's full of holes. The story's full of holes. They call it the greatest story ever told. It is a story. It's quite a story. A woman that's a virgin being pregnant and giving birth. A virgin birth. First and only time ever. Demonology. Some Christians swear by the King James Version of the Bible, the KJV. Here's his other less famous book, Demonology, by King James. It's an interesting world once you start digging into things and looking a little bit deeper into where you are. It's a wondrous world. Oh, what a wonderful world, as that song goes, Louis Armstrong. Natural disasters, tornadoes, droughts, earthquakes, floods, windstorms, avalanches, volcanoes, forest fires, tsunamis, sandstorms, hurricanes, dust storms, snowstorms, thunderstorms, hailstorms, sinkholes. It's not interesting. Look at that. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. Those are acts of God. Natural disasters, natural to this realm. Built into the realm by design. That's God's plan. That's God's design. That's God's amazing design. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing, isn't it? The way God designed this realm to function this way. That's not a mistake. That's by design. That's by design. Oh man, that's by design. Most poisonous plants. Imagine how many people in this realm died just trying to taste a plant or touch a plant or eat some berries. Eat some little red berries because they're hungry out in the woods. Or eat a flower. Animals too. Dogs too, and cats as well. There's lots that are poisonous to our pets. Do you understand? Are you starting to understand where you are? I hope so. Genetic disorders. Our God is an awesome God. Part of the design. Built in. You can't avoid it. It doesn't matter what food you eat, or where you send your children to school, or how you dress them, or what medicine you give them or don't give them. Do you know what genetic means? They're programmed to get that. Unavoidable. Well, your God's such an awesome God, isn't it? All these genetic disorders. Look into that sometime and see how many there are. And tell me how awesome the creator of this realm is to design humans this way. I know some of you will blame everything modern. Well, it's in the Jabba Dabba Doos. It was long before then. You've got work to do, and you're in denial. Some of you are deep denial. You're ignorant and lazy and in denial. What about all these diseases? The killers of humans like heart disease, stroke, tuberculosis, cirrhosis of the liver, and all sorts of things. Do you think the body is a good design? Do you think God did a good job? Why don't you look in the toilet sometime? How come you have to use the bathroom all the time? How about that? How about you start looking at things that way and say, what's going on here? What are these bodies? There's your Jesus walking on the moon. He's walking on the moon. Maybe you could play the Police song, Walking on the Moon. There he is. Look at him. Look at him. Just look at him. Look at him. Just look at him. You're going to get down on your bony knees and worship him? You go right ahead. You don't know what you're worshiping, though, do you? You don't know what Jesus is or why they want you to know about him. The ones that rule this realm. Why they have a Freemasonic Bible in every Freemasonic lodge and temple all over the earth. Look at this. Natural disasters, floods, big forest fires, hurricanes, tropical storms. Amazing, isn't it? God's design, God's plan. God's design, God's plan. God's design, God's plan. This is what people are defending. A monster that wants you to suffer and struggle and be destroyed, like squashed like bugs. Natural disasters all over this realm, but a lot of people don't pay attention. Well, you've never been in a hurricane, perhaps. You don't live in a hurricane area, or you've never been through a big earthquake. Well, good for you, but other people have been. Why don't you broaden your view a little bit beyond your fucking self and see a little bit further than 2 feet in front of your fucking eyes? Look a little bit further. Well, you've never been bitten by a venomous snake, but how about other people? Maybe they have. Maybe you don't care about anyone else and what happens. Do you care about children bitten by venomous snakes every year? What about that? When are you going to wake up? When are you going to wake up? I want to shake you up and wake you up if you're not awake yet. And I can't with most people because you got some work to do. It's not just up to me. I put in the work to try to show people, help them. Spiders. What good are these? Why do these exist? Except for the people that have a fetish for them and love creepy crawly things that are in the minority. It's very few on earth. So setting them aside, setting away the anomalies and the exceptions, why do these exist? You think you need these things? This is what your God created. Look at this. Look at this. Leeches, bloodsuckers. Leeches. Ticks and leeches. Sucking you dry, and not in a good way. Look at this. Look at this. You like that? That came from the imagination of your God. What do you think of that? Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God. How about that? What do you think of that? Common natural disasters. What do you think of your God? The fuck do you think of your God? Floods, tornadoes, volcanoes, earthquakes, hurricanes. There he is. Look at him. Oh, look at him. Look at him surfing. I wanted him water skiing, but the AI couldn't come up with that. This is what they came up with for water skiing. Jesus. 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 Water skiing. Look at that. You going to worship him? It's a cartoon. He's coming back soon, he said. Look at even these idiots are laughing on YouTube. This hairy Sasquatch creature, hillbilly, and this chick, the glasses on. I think that's Ezra, the panel verse. Look at this. Look at these two. He's got rainbow hearts behind him. He's part of the rainbow crew. The rainbow mafia. He's part of it. He's in the closet. Come on out of the closet, Sasquatch. Look at this Damon. Our God is an awesome God. Your God created demons. Your God created good and evil, right? And takes credit for it. Makes no apologies for it. Created demons. And created Satan and the evil that run this realm, including the Illuminati, right? Your God is awesome, right? So awesome. Look at that. Isn't that? You think that's beautiful? The tongue out. What's this here? Wasps? Our God is an awesome God. You ever heard a kid get stung by a wasp or yellow jacket or some kind of stinging insect and scream? Well, you can thank your God and praise your God for creating them, for coming up with the idea, for imagining this and saying, I'm going to think of something that might sting humans. Fly around and just sting them. How about that? How about that? Thank your God. Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. Mosquitoes kill, I think it's somewhere close to 1 million. It's 700 or 800,000 a year on average. People around the world. Mosquitoes are a huge killer. They transmit diseases. You can thank and praise your God for this. You can't blame humans. You got to blame your fucking God and your God's design. How about that? You got to blame your God. Wow. You like that? You want to blame your God, or you want to point the finger at people and say, well, people. What about houseflies eating shit? How about that? And laying eggs. Gross. But you love it. You love God. You love God's creations. Why don't you ever mention these creations? Why the fuck don't you ever mention these creations of your God? Our God is an awesome God. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God. How about that? Look at this. Ticks. And they transmit diseases too. But what good are they? What good are they? Why do they exist? You got to think bigger, man, or woman, or lady. You got to think bigger, a little bit bigger. You got to start to think bigger. You got to start to think bigger. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. Look at this. Parasites in your blood, intestines, in your water, on your food. Oh, man, these are good, right? Aren't these good? Fuck up your intestines, your digestive system. Awesome. And your God created these, imagined them. Your God thought these up. Your God is definitely an awesome God. Oh, the common cockroach. Don't you like these? The cucarachas. Cockroaches. Look at these. Your place can become infested. And your God thought this up. This is part of the design of Earth. Your God's design. God's plan. This is part of God's plan. The Christians say everything's part of God's plan. And Muslims. And Jews. And I think Buddhists do as well. Maybe Hindus. They have various gods. But oh, look at Jesus here. Jesus in a speedboat. Jesus. What is Jesus doing in a speedboat? My goodness. My goodness. He looks cartoonish here. Maybe on purpose. Maybe I'm trying to show you what kind of a cartoon this is. To believe in this. To get down on your bony knees and worship this. Makes you a goddamn slave. That's what it makes you. It makes you a fucking slave. Do you want to stay a slave? Do you want to remain a slave forever? Forever and ever? Wake up. Break free. Choose freedom. Choose freedom.